Hi everyone, this is Madhuri from NSN, and we are continuing with our skill talks with experts from various fields. And today we have with us Mr. Gaurav Aneja, who's the regional head for North and East, and he's taking care of business as well as looking at what the market needs in terms of skilled workforce in the field of welding. So welcome to this talk, Mr. Gaurav, and we are very
Thank
happy
you.
to host this talk with you and learn from you more about areas such as how does the ITIs, how do the ITIs cope with welding training, particularly post-pandemic, and what is the role of virtual welding training, and maybe you can share few insights on these lines. Let's get started.
Thank you, Madhuri. Thank you so much. So, which question you want me to take up first?
First would be the market needs, understanding what the market wants,
Yes.
because you are coming from a business perspective as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I will try to make a fair justice to that. So, first of all, I just want you to understand that what exactly the market is today. When we talk about the term ITIs, so what was the basic the strategy between developing the ITIs was? So many people I met across, though, they tell me that ITIs is more often skilled manpower providing to the manufacturing industry. So that was the whole idea when the ITIs was being formed. And being our economy moving towards the service sector, we find that there was a kind of stagnation towards more of the ITIs. So the overall importance here was that we improve that skilling which we need for our industry. And you have seen a lot of the statistics around that the skilled manpower which is basically need for the industry today is around just 5% in the country.
Mm.
Whereas when you compare it to the other industry in the developed world, maybe China as well, it goes around 25% in China, and when it goes to Germany, which we take as a comparison, it is around 75%. So the basic problem here was to develop those particular skilled manpower around and to develop that framework or the ecosystem for developing it. Then the second challenge which we as a Fronius actually got was the attraction towards the field of welding. Whenever I have had a communication with all the people, students and academicians, so what the feedback I received is the welding as a profession or being a welder is they considered as a very dangerous, a very dirty profession to enter into. So, and our aim completely throughout this process in last 3 4 years were to educate them that what is the future lying ahead in the welding profession. So first of all is the attractiveness of the welding profession in itself,
Right.
and then how to take it further with the ITIs and all the academics institutes, I would say, throughout the India. So we usually have this nomenclature which we say is that let's make a welding 3D to 3C, means a dirty, dangerous, difficult profession to a clever, cool, and much better profession which we want to last in. So the entire aim was that, and we started working in that direction. We educated people that welding is something which is not replaceable today,
Yes.
and be it a field of automotive, which we usually drive today, which we come from our home to offices, be it our power supply, power plants, be it our missiles, be it our rocket launchers. So I think any field you pick, you will find a welding and fabrication in that field, and that exactly is not replaceable. And we need a very proficient manpower to deal with these kinds of welding. So that was the first area of development which we put across to the people, and that is what we wanted to make them understand that this particular profession as a welding is very attractive. And then when this message was being passed over to the academics and ITIs, then our second aim was to uh, make the institutes uh, ready, perfect ready for the today. What happens is, suppose if I give an example, suppose if you see a B from a computer engineer, just having a knowledge of Java or C++ will not work enough today. He also needs designing analytics or maybe machine analytics as well. So means I want to tell that while industry is moving towards industry 4.0 and the industry is moving towards automation, So they also need the manpower reskilling
Right.
in the welding. They also need a kind of upskilling. And in most of the skills, you can say that they also need a new skill also to be built. So that particular area is still lying vacant. And by first is what making the welding profession attractive to them, and what lies ahead when people choose a welding profession. They can be a welder, they can be a robotic teacher to the welding, they can be a supervisor, they can be a weld inspector, they can be a sales engineer as well.
Right.
So there are multiple dimensions opened up when you get into a welding. It's a very high paying job as well when you get into the right scope. I've seen underwater welders earning into plenty. So that was the first aim. Second was to take it to a level two, where we actually provided an infrastructure for doing that kind of a welding. We want the students to learn and practice in the kind of technology which is existing today.
Yeah.
That was the first aim. So to make the institutes future ready, to make those kinds of equipments that are being used in the developed world, so that once a student get into an industry, he must be very much familiar with those kinds of equipment. And then the entire ecosystem automatically start working when you produce that kind of a product which is needed.
Right. Yeah, I think this was a very nice elaboration of the efforts taken by Fronius to strengthen the not only ITI, I would say technical education system, like
Yes,
you were saying, which
yes,
badly needs this image of welding to be changed. Like you said, positioning it as a cool job, right?
yeah,
I think that's
absolutely.
what we should be targeting, because the young people love to do things which are very aspirational, well paying.
Hmm.
But then again, a little bit of stigma attached to the profession is getting removed. I'm sure you're also seeing positive signs with
Hmm.
Fronius coming up with campaigns like joining specialists and others,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
now, in connection with this, I would also like to know what is the place of virtual training in welding? How are you taking it forward to these institutions, and how is the response?
Yes, very interesting one. I would say this product itself is very interesting. And probably by now people have seen simulation in the gaming industry. Maybe in flying an aircraft, when a pilot gets to he has to get trained in a simulation. So that's where he gets into an actual simulation job. And the question is why? So all those professions where the safety measures are high, and where the safety measures are high and the kind of effort required and the intensity of the job is difficult. So it is basically prescribed to go through a simulation process of training.
Hmm.
So telling about welding, again, we want to redefine the process of training in the welding. The traditional process of welding training is going into a job shop floor and getting yourself get trained over the actual welding equipment. So the very much process itself is difficult. The initial student who doesn't have even a basic amount of knowledge, or though he have some kind of a basic amount of knowledge, is immediately put into an actual welding fumes, an
Yeah.
actual welding pool, and the spatters going through. So you are not making that considerable effort, or I would say it's not a kind of a justice you're making to that new person getting into a welding. What I'm trying here to say is that for such a profession, we need to train the initial recruitees or a semi-trained recruitees initially for a period of time into a welding simulator. So the welding simulator mode is just who will actually will be a personal trainer who will guide you through that what is the actual technique of holding the torch or maybe the doing the welding. So you get yourself proficient in getting the technique of doing a welding manually by hand. So that will be a particular period of time. Then after a period of time, you get yourself into an actual welding equipment.
Hmm.
The meaning is that alone virtual welder is not going to solve your problem. It is not the entire gist of it. It's a comprehensive, detailed program between virtual welding and actual welding, which is going to make you perfect towards the welding. And moreover, the results has been very, very motivating. Uh, we have checked that the actual welding hours spent, suppose if I say that an 8 hours of welding spent by a trainee on
Hmm.
an actual booth and then on a welding simulator. So, but I've seen that the person training on a virtual simulator is doing actually 3 times more welding seams, means 23% more efficient while he's on a welding simulator. But when he do a welding on a real welding, so his time basically goes in preparing the weld components, then cleaning the components, then making the perfect fillet weld or the butt weld needed. So the settling time is much more when he does the training. Whereas in welding simulator, it becomes very easy. You understand the technique, your parameter setting technique initially. So moreover, a very important thing is for a organization setups or training setups, their overall cost of training also goes down. So the kind of actual material needed, the gas needed or component needed to weld it, you don't require now on the physical place.
Right.
You will be requiring when he will be sent to the practical training into the job floor. So that much amount of material, that much amount of fumes and gases, and that much amount of effort required in preparation of the scene is getting saved.
Mm.
In a way, it's a win-win deal in both the ways for the students as well as the training people, and to strike a perfect balance and make the initial entry into the welding more attractive.
Mm.
I will keep on telling that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the example you gave and also the idea of learning through simulator is something very efficient, as you just said, saves time, saves money and resources, and also wastage, I think, gets reduced. Uh, yeah, and I would also like to know more about these apps that you have from Fronius called Weld Education and Weld Connect. How are these getting used? Can you tell us a little more about this?
Yes, yes. I don't know how much people are aware about these apps. So we do have two apps,
Yeah.
Welducation and WellConnect. So the basic entity, the today world is shifting towards applications,
Yes.
and they're gaming applications and multiple applications. So we thought of to reach to the multiple masses to the farthest point, rural point, and to spread this welding education. So the basically, I would say I will take the Welducation app. So anybody can download on iOS platforms and Android platforms. That is just for free. You can download those apps. So when you download Welducation app, it is like a pocket-friendly personal trainer app for you. So there are two particular sections we have made in that app. One is that you can go through a quiz section. Uh, there is a particular quiz section you have to go through, and immediately it will tell you that you have picked the right answer or not. So he will guide you immediately. So there is a pack of 10 questions in one round, and you will be continuously going through that, and you can self-assess yourself with the generic questions on the field of welding. And then you can also compare yourself that where you stand in terms of the people who are performing these activities throughout the world. So you can rank yourself that where I stand in terms of the welding knowledge throughout the world. So that's make you, just for your self-education and self-evaluation, you can go through that particular quiz, and very basic and sets on the basic way of welding. Then we also have a very interesting thing is a gaming section inside the Weldation app. So your screen becomes your welding joint, and your finger becomes your welding torch.
Okay.
Start welding with your welding hand, and you start seeing how the welding pools takes place. So you process of the welding itself, the burning of the electrode and the melting of the electrode and the pool, you start enjoying you enjoying as a gaming process.
Mhm.
So it's very attractive, and the complexity complex level is very less, and you learn while you enjoy. So that's the main aim of developing this particular app, and to create this welding awareness, I would say. And the second app you mentioned is more for the second level of proficiency, that is Weld Connect.
Will connect. Yeah.
What we have found out during the pandemic, I would say, that people were stuck at their places,
Hmm.
wanted us to help them with their welding parameters. We were far away in terms of physical interferences. There one comes the involvement of the digital platforms. They want us to be digitally involved while setting their machine parameters. So I would say that is an app that can provide you the apt welding solution.
Hmm.
That what you have to do is, if you have a basic machine of ours with a nomenclature, you just have to go to that app. You have to put our nomenclature of the machine. You
Hmm.
have put the few input parameters like what are the sheet thicknesses you are being using, which is the gas you are being using, and what is the joint geometry you are being using. Then the machine and the app itself will guide you that which is the welding solution which is need to be applied for that particular joint. So no need of a Fronius welding specialist the app itself will consult you that this is the perfect welding solution for doing this type of welding joint. So that is a further enabler for all those people. And I would say that would be just your doorstep welding specialist with you in your pocket.
Right. I think the idea of making it fun and giving it like an app is something very unique also. And like you described, playfully people can start appreciating the skill and the trade, which is going to be a big boost for welding profession itself. So Gaurav, besides these points and the information and the insights that you shared, is there something else you would like to convey through our channel?
Yeah, I would just want to convey to the entire welding fraternity, uh, who are basically all the associations as well, who have devoted themselves into this field of welding. I would say that this is a perfectly perfect and lovely profession to join up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice profession. It have multiple variable branches to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And while getting involved in the process of joining itself with the metal, seeing yourself happening in front of your eye is something, experiencing something happening, something developing in itself. So I would say that people should don't have any kind of fear while getting towards this field of welding. They should join this field of welding. They can have the welding consultancy from us. They can really contact that what are the main professions they can join while getting into the welding other than just a welder,
Right.
and where are the fields where they can opt for when they get into the welding. Because the main purview for the people who are being far away from the industries is that they see a roadside welding happening.
Hmm.
This is just like a tip of the, this is nothing.
Yeah.
So people have to understand that what industry needs at the point of movement in terms of a welding as a whole. So this the process evolution. Then I request all the academicians that they play a very vital role by developing very good infrastructures for the people to weld, and then joining hands with the industry nearby, so that their students understand that this is what would be requiring when they will be going out. So I also stress here that we should uh, go more towards a practical kind of education structure now, where the welding just not can be taught on the booklets and on the boards. It can actually be happening on the workshops, and then people should correlate with what is happening in the industry.
Right.
So the industry academy correlation needs to be happening, and this must be the top priority today. That the academics get collaborated with the nearby industries, and they understand that what is the industry goal as of today in the industry nearby. So that develops more imaginative thinking for the people, for the students. They correlate their work, they understand, and the world is changing very fastly. With the new government principles and rules, I can see many new materials coming into the play, like aluminum, stainless steel, and we need expertise people to weld these kind of a material. I would say that if everything, the entire ecosystem goes well, where I have started it, so it's not a big task, and we ourselves have started this initiative, and we are themselves in the process. So all the very best to all the people, and they can contact me anytime if they need any consultation in that part. An ending note here,
Yeah.
and because the interview has been taken by you and the women power have already taken the place in the country. So it is just not, this profession is just not for the men's to have it. Women are also playing a very vital role while going ahead with the welding. So this profession has nothing to do with the particular sex. So anybody, any male, female can join this profession, and so that's where I just want to end. And thank you so much, Madhuri.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Gaurav. Thanks a lot. We would be very happy to, spread the message of welding, making welding aspirational, and all that you said about the profession, the career growth, and also the importance of this particular skill in our lives, in our everyday lives, which we don't realize much. In every part of our life, I think somewhere a welder has touched it, and then only we are able to live so very well, right? So thanks a lot for talking to me today.